Hi there, thanks for watching this video. Today we're going to be talking about common problems with KAFO braces. My name's Dan Ranella, I'm an orthotist, and although I strongly believe in the use of these kinds of braces, it doesn't mean the situations are always perfect, so I'd like to talk with you about that. There's many different reasons why there could be an issue that comes up with a KAFO brace. And one of those might be because of the shoes. Shoes can't be loose. That's one thing to consider when you are using a KAFO brace. A lot of times patients will have kind of the stretchy shoelaces, and it helps them because they're used to getting in and out of their shoes extremely easily, and that's great for that. Well, when you use a brace, having anything that's loose, a loose brace, is just going to become a hindrance. And if you can slide in and around that shoe, that could become a problem. So just consider the shoe tightness that you're dealing with when it comes to KAFO braces. Now, the other side of it is it also has to fit in there and not be uncomfortable. If there's a skin issue because of tightness in the shoe or something like that, then you need to address that with your orthotist. Another thing that is obviously very important is monitoring your skin. Monitoring your skin is extremely important because not everyone can feel how they're doing. The foot can't tell them, for example. If there's an issue, they might not know unless they use their eyes to check it. So monitoring your skin is extremely important, and if there's an issue that arises, obviously tell your orthotist. Now, I can tell you that sometimes people have issues with their skin and they might see some redness, but the redness goes away very quickly. That's not usually a problem. What the problem is when you have a moderate to severe issue with redness that doesn't go away. Now, that's a real issue. Sometimes it might be from rubbing from a loose shoe and you're rubbing around, or maybe a strap is old, okay? And you need to consider getting new straps around the ankle or foot area or the shoe tightness like we've talked about. So monitoring your skin, and especially doing that with your eyes, especially as soon as you get a new brace too, checking the skin maybe more frequently than you would later is a good idea. Sometimes we tell patients even, hey, within the first 15-20 minutes after you leave our office, please check the skin just to make sure there's no issues. That way you're kind of safe and your eyes can tell you how your skin's doing. Just remember though, a mild discoloration that goes away quickly isn't usually a problem. Other issues that you might run into are a fluctuation in size. That can be a very important thing. Sometimes people lose 10 to 15 pounds. Sometimes they gain it, or more or less, or whatever the case may be, but the brace doesn't change size, right? But you can, and that can become an issue. So if you lose 10 to 15 pounds or gain it, tell your orthotist, and maybe they can do something with the brace to kind of heat relieve a certain part for you, or maybe if you have edema in the foot, for example, then they can heat relieve it, help try to accommodate for some more of that space in there. The other downside to that is if you gained 15 pounds to start with and then lost it, and now they heat relieved it the first time, now it might be large. So just have the conversation with them, and that can go a long way for you. Other issues, the orthotist should have taken care of all of the alignment issues, and you'd be amazed at what goes into making one of these braces. They have jigs that make sure that everything's aligned, that the hinges line up, that the height of the knee center is appropriate, etc. So that shouldn't be an issue, but if it is, definitely tell your orthotist. Monitoring your skin, that's something you can control. The shoes, you can have some control over that. Any issues with gaining and losing weight, I would like to think that people have some control over that. Sometimes they don't. Obviously, whenever these kinds of things come up, make sure to tell your orthotist. And the other thing I wanted to tell you is always make sure one of these KAFO braces, the bottom part of it is in the shoe. The reason why I say that to you is that the bottom is made of plastic. And when it's made of plastic like that, your walking aid could now become the reason why you're slipping, and nobody wants you to slip. So you always got to have it inside of a shoe. There's some tread there, okay, things like that. Sometimes removing the insole out of a shoe to help make a little bit more room to balance you out is something that people have told us works well for them. The insert inside of a shoe can be 1/8 of an inch, and that can really help to balance you out. Other than that, those are the main issues that come up with KAFO braces, if there are any. Usually there's not an issue, but it is a little bit longer brace. You can also talk to your orthotist. If the KAFO just isn't working out, they can actually take off the top section in certain cases and make it into what's called an AFO brace that still has a lot of support and can indirectly support the knee, and you might be able to work with that if a larger brace isn't something that you particularly have grown fond of. You can try an AFO. But if your doctor wants you to have a KAFO, the whole team needs to talk on that then. So I hope this information helped you. Good luck and take care.